Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button, and keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy!
All right, folks, here we are on Thursday, December 14th. We're going to take a look at Dish today. Dish is definitely the most requested stock that I recover on my YouTube channel, and yet the videos get almost no views. So if you like this and you want me to keep updating it, please share it around wherever you share stock stuff, because it's hard to do a video and then do recaps when it gets like a dozen views. So let's get that out of the way. Okay, so more importantly, Dish is entering the gap at the moment. That said, it's leaving a gap to the downside, so we're going to want to be aware of that there's now going to be a gap probably, unless it fills it unexpectedly today, from 460 that it would fill at about 448, 449. So a bit of a distance there. That said, at the moment, it's at the up gap, the previous down gap, and enters that at 485, which is also a strong resistance zone, which is why this is purple and not gray. And if it can get motion back into that gap, it's pushing off of it at the moment, but again, not surprising. It's its first attempt at the gap, but also at that resistance level, which is the gap entry point. But if it can get some motion in there, 503 basically looks like there could be some potential for resistance. I don't feel as confident about that level as I do the the other levels that aren't dotted. But I would look for that if it does break that 5, some sort of like resistance to being able to hold that $5 level basically. And then it would fill the gap at 526, and that would give us an opportunity to say, okay, now that it's filled the gap and it left this gap down here, where does it want to go? But that's quite a ways away. I mean, percentage wise, that would be a big additional gain. Now, if we just hide these for a moment before we flip over to the Thinkorswim study and see, we have now on the daily chart here double bullish crossover. So strong indications all around, trying to get into the gap, but hitting resistance at the moment, but throwing these bullish crossovers on the EMAs. So we'll see if that's able to provide any lift and any carry for the stock price. Now, at some point, it'll come back and it'll retest those. So, slight healthy pullbacks, even in sort of a bullishly moving trend, is not an indication that like everything is going bust. Of course it can, at some point it probably will, right? This is a long distressed stock, so neutralizing this downtrend is the first sort of order of business, and then you can talk about trend reversal. But trend reversal is a big, hard thing to do. Now on the Thinkorswim side of things, we see trigger and fire playing out nicely here. So it's triggering, very brief trigger, just 2-candle trigger, right at the mid-range of the channel, and now getting a double push up out of the channel at the moment. So we're going to see if it's able to sustain motion outside of the channel, and if that's the case, when does it pull back in and retest the mid-range, and where is the mid-range even situated when that happens. But for the time being, histogram also showing that bullish momentum picking up at the moment, and just trying to sort of stick with this trend of recovering a bunch of these losses, trying to get some motion into this gap, and certainly being assisted by, I suspect, just the macro sense of the indices overall pushing higher and higher. All right, folks, I hope that your trading week is going well, and as always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.